It's time again for Buffy's Angels. Over here, Daniel Ehrenberg. That's me. I've watched all these bunch of times. And over there, Logan Adair, watching for the first time. How's it going, Logan?
It's going great. I'm ready to get jacked in, but it's not Logan. It's Glory.
Ah! I'm Logan. I'm Logan. I'm Logan.
Oh no, I'm Glory.
All right, listen. Let's talk about it. This week we're doing Tough Love, which is a Buffy episode, and Belonging, which is an Angel episode. And after this, we'll only have 3 episodes left in the current seasons, 5 and 2. Let's
This
start
felt like a
with,
finale at certain points. I feel like
well,
the
it's
the Buffy.
to be honest, like both of these shows, like these seasons end with like an arc. So, like, I feel like this is the beginning of both of them.
Yeah, we really feel like we're well. I don't know, Angel. Angel felt like we were like. I really missed Lindsay.
Oh my
It felt
god.
like a season 1 episode
No.
or early season 2.
I think that's bullshit, man.
Really? Learning
This
like
is
Lauren backstory.
What do you mean? Lauren backstory is really important to the show. Lauren's an important character. And we set up some shit. And listen, you might not know it because you don't know what's coming, but we set up some fucking shit in this episode.
I'm sure we did. It just felt like early this, like the middle point of this season, I was way on board with Wolfram and Hart and Darla. In this episode, we don't talk about either of those things.
No,
This
no,
is
no, no.
just
That's done. That's done. This is almost like I think of the last 4 episodes of Angel season 2 like its own thing. It's almost like
that's
the
good. Why is that? Why
transition.
is that a good thing?
Well,
The last 4 episodes of a season, I don't feel should be just like random stuff
it's
that
not
doesn't have.
random. It's important, but I feel like it's a necessary bridge between season 2 and season 3.
Okay, I'm not like off the show. I just felt like I don't know.
No, it's
It
fine.
came in hot.
Listen, it's my least favorite of the 4 episodes in this particular arc, but I it honestly probably means more on a rewatch, so I can understand you feeling that way.
I think that's a lot of this show.
Mm, at least at this time, yeah. I think like season 3, you're just gonna be fucking into, bro.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
as you know, I do love Angel, but I feel like it'll play a lot better having seen the show, probably.
yeah, probably. But let's start with Buffy. Well, these both aired on May 1st, 2001. Listen, All For You by Janet Jackson is still the #1 song. I honestly don't remember it being that big a hit, but apparently it was.
Yeah.
We got a big album released this week, Eden's Crush with Pop Stars. You familiar with Eden's Crush?
No.
All right, now this was UPN had a reality show called Pop Star, and they were building like a girl group. That was the plan.
Okay.
Okay. And the winners ended up calling themselves Eden's Crush, and that's who they are. This was their first album. I don't know if they had more than one.
Not super successful.
No, no, but I do think there's like a certain type of person from like my generation that really fondly remembers Eden's Crush.
Were they the only winners of that show? Did they ever have a season 2?
No, I don't believe they did have a season 2.
Okay, so all right. They
Yeah.
should be more iconic than Eden's Crush.
Sort
I
of
guess
like
they broke
my
up
sort of
like
like
we
my
did.
favorite reality show, The Next Great American Band.
Who won that one?
I don't remember their name, but I remember watching every episode of that, and it was like American Idol, but for a band.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna look
Okay.
up Eden's Crush, see if any of them made it out of there alive.
Oh, I hope that they're alive. Do you know how
Well,
many there were? Did it have to be like a group
it
of a
was
specific
five.
number?
It was five. Yeah, or actually, I'm wrong. It was 6. I'll
Whoa,
tell you what. One of them
that's
is
too
still
many.
kind of famous.
Okay, who is that?
Nicole Scherzinger.
Oh my God, the Pussycat Doll.
The Pussycat Doll. Yeah, she got her start in Eden's Crush.
Whoa, I had no idea about that. She also, I believe, was like a host on American Idol for at least one season, right?
American Idol, really?
I think she is a host on American Idol for a season,
That is wild. I
like
don't
a
remember.
guest or something. I don't know.
She won Dancing with the Stars. I'll tell you that much.
Wow, so much about her I didn't know. That's amazing.
Yeah, good stuff. All right. Where are we at? It's oh right. Hey, how about a birth? Someone who's
Oh, I love
famous now was
this.
born.
I love this because these people are like my age, so this is always
Yeah.
cool.
Rachel Ziegler.
Wow, Lucy Gray Baird herself,
I
my
forgot about that.
favorite.
I was gonna say the Jewish girl from West Side Story, but you're right.
No,
Lucy Gray Baird.
Lucy Gray. Come
Lucy
on.
Gray and her beautiful songs. Um, all right. And the box office this week is fucking nuts. I'm,
All
I'm
right.
really excited to talk about it. The new releases are the biggest trash pile of movies I've ever seen. I can't believe all of these movies came out on the same week. It's four new releases. One of them debuted at number one, which I couldn't believe because it wasn't a successful movie. And the others debuted at 7, 8, and 11 at the
I
box
mean,
office.
there
And
there are 52 weeks every year. A movie has to be number one every week. Like we're gonna get some bad.
but you would think it would be like a holdover from a previous week if only the movies are bad. But this
Yeah.
is wild. I have seen all four of these movies.
How many in the theater?
That's a really good question. None of them.
Wow, you knew better even back then.
I did, man. But are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Debuting at number one at the box office is Driven.
I don't even know that one.
Okay. Well, that is a Sylvester Stallone race car driving movie
Okay.
with Burt Reynolds. And it is terrible.
All right.
All
Driven.
right. Yeah. Um, yeah, I hated it. It also like the Sylvester Stallone's like the vet guy, and the young characters are played by Kip Pardue and Estella Warren, and it's crazy that both of them were put in the same movie because like those are two people that Hollywood like tried to make a thing for a second, like right at this time, and neither of them panned out at all.
Estelle, she's the one from Planet of the Apes.
She certainly is.
Wow, I don't know that other guy.
Yeah. All right, then debuting at number 7, Town and Country. Have you ever heard of this?
I gotta say no.
All right, well, this was a major release at the time. It cost over $100 million to make, and it like I think it took them a year longer than it was supposed to make. It was like Eyes Wide Shut or something. Like they cannot stop making this movie.
Yeah,
Here's the
sounds like that.
cast. Here's the cast. Warren Beatty, Diane Keaton, Andy McDowell, Gary Shandling, Jenna Elfman, and Goldie Hawn. All right. And then the only young person in the entire movie is Josh Hartnett.
How is this movie only an hour 44 minutes long if they made it forever?
Because supposedly they had like 4 hours of footage that they had to like cut down into a movie, and you watch it and it fucking feels like that. But the funny thing about it is you watch it and there's like no way it could have ever been good. This is just like Warren Beatty makes movies so rarely that Hollywood threw a bunch of money at him because he agreed to make a movie. But
Right.
like it is garbage. Honestly, the whole movie is about how Warren Beatty is the most eligible bachelor in the world, and they talk about how big his character's dick is, like constantly. And
Okay. This fascinates me, I gotta be honest.
yeah, it is a fascinating movie. It is a real relic.
I'm fascinated by these types of characters or people like the like people with that type of star power and that type of ego fascinate me. And this I'm gonna put this on my watch list, even if it's terrible.
No,
I'm on board.
honestly, it's worth it, and I'm surprised that more bad movie podcasts haven't caught on to that one.
Yeah, how did this get made?
Yeah, yeah,
Literally,
or
how did
we
this
we
get
hate
made? How did they
movies
do
or
this?
whatever. Yeah, it is absolutely worth talking about. Okay. Next, debuting at number 8 is The Forsaken.
I really haven't heard of these movies.
None of them.
Not after I'm 0 for 3 so far.
All right. Well, The Forsaken, it is a vampire movie, okay? And it's trying to go for like a near dark vibe, but it's all actors that were like in WB shows at this time. Like the lead is a guy from Roswell, and then the second lead is the dude who played the gay guy Jack on Dawson's Creek, and it's also got the lead singer of the Oneaters and Simon Rex. Okay,
All right,
they're
great cast.
yeah, yeah, and they're all vampires, and it it is such a bad movie. I mean,
Why
I
is it
don't
bad?
even because it's like Near Dark, okay, but it's going for such a 2001 aesthetic. Like the effects are garbage. Like every other song is by Nickelback. It's such a crazy movie.
Everything you've said sounds good.
I will say uh it's probably the best of the movies that of these four.
This is going on my list too.
All right.
Written
And
and
then
directed and auteur J.S. Cardone. Who is this
right.
man?
He basically did nothing ever
He did The
again, but
Covenant.
we can no he didn't.
He wrote The Covenant
Oh, he wrote The Covenant. Well,
and
honest
Prom Night and The Stepfather, those remakes.
wow. If it does feel a lot like The Covenant.
They
I
don't
would say
say
if I had to
biatch,
compare
though,
it
do
to
they?
one of the Weotch, excuse me.
We oh, I'm so sorry. They don't say that.
We could cover this dude though because he also directed a straight to video 8mm 2.
Wow, I didn't know they made one of those.
I didn't either until just now.
He made Sniper 3. I didn't know there was a Sniper franchise.
Oh yeah, I guess I knew that.
I know American Sniper
Yeah.
and
No,
Shooter. I don't know
no,
Sniper.
Sniper was like a 90s movie with like I don't remember who was in it, like Rutger Hauer or some shit. But yeah, I remember there being direct to video sequels to it. Like it
All
was
right, a new franchise.
the star of it was like a guy so marginal that they were able to get him back for the direct to video sequels.
Tom Berenger.
It was Tom Berenger. Thank you
He's in
so
the third
much.
one. He's in
Yeah,
all of them. He
he's
just
in,
kept coming.
if he's not in all of them, he's at least in the first one, the second one, and the third one.
Okay. Okay. All
All
right.
right.
There we go.
And finally debuting at 11, One Night at McCool's.
That's what the Undertaker thought.
One lifetime with McCool. Listen, One Night at McCool's. It's sort of like it feels like an indie sort of Coen Brothers ish kind of thing from this time, or Robert Altman-y, but like it's not good. But it's kind of worth watching because Liv Tyler is really sexy in it.
We'll name one where she's not.
No, but like this one in particular, because a lot of it is dudes like having fantasies about her.
All right.
And so you get to see the fantasies. This, by the way, one of my most popular reviews on Letterboxd.
Go for it. Read it.
All it is this movie presents owning a DVD player as being the ultimate status symbol. Okay, that's
Of
it.
high status?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It is the #1 review of this movie on Letterboxd.
Wow. How many #1 reviews do you have?
I have a couple.
I don't have any.
But yeah, 50 likes. Thank you very much.
50? Jesus.
Yeah.
All right. All these this is like the most fascinating list of movies. All of these sound at least interesting.
No, they honestly
Driven.
Driven is the least interesting. The other
Yeah.
three are none of them are good, but they are absolutely worth a watch.
You ever see The Getaway, the one Ethan Hawke and Selena Gomez from
That's
like
just
2012?
that's just Getaway. No, because the
Oh, sorry.
Getaway is Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger from the 90s.
Okay. But Getaway sounds like Driven a little bit. You never saw that?
I never did see
He's like
that,
in a
no.
Mustang or something like that. Okay.
But I do remember when it came out. It got like they promoted the shit out of it.
Yeah, it was a weird time.
Yeah. All right, let's get into Buffy.
I thought that was only 4 movies.
I only had 4 movies. What do you want me to say?
Oh, I thought you had a top 5. I'm sorry.
No, it's because it's not the top 5. Like most of the top 5 were holdovers. The only one that made it to the top 5 was Driven. Town and Country debuted at 7. Forsaken debuted at 8. And One Night at McCool's debuted at fucking 11.
Oh, okay. Wow. Rough week.
Yeah, rough week. All right, Buffy. This is Tough Love. It's written by Rebecca Rand Kirshner, who was new to the staff in season 5. This is her 3rd and final episode of season 5. She will be back for the next 2 seasons. She previously wrote Out of My Mind, which introduces the tumor, and Listening to Fear, which is that one. Remember where there's that like alien guy hanging out above Joyce's bed?
Oh, yeah, of course. And it
Yeah.
screeches.
Yeah.
Listening to Fear, I just think of that screech because you're listening to the terrifying screech.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Uh, when I'm listening to Fear, I'm listening to Bush, Logan, because they're on the soundtrack to the film Fear.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna make a joke about him when he pounding his chest to make it look
What?
like Dad beat him up.
Oh
When
yeah,
Mark Wahlberg starts hitting
that's
himself.
classic stuff too, for sure.
Yeah, that's a great movie. That was like one of the, like when I saw that movie, that was like one of the darkest movies I had seen. I was like,
Oh
oh, that can happen to you. You can like have like an abusive boyfriend or girlfriend.
yeah,
That's
it's
scary.
funny that you like discovered it through that movie because that's the plot of almost every movie from the 90s.
But that's my life. I like discovered everything like in a weird order.
I know it's true. By the way, Fear, the number one best movie ever that has Bush songs in it. Of course, number two, An American Werewolf in Paris.
Wow.
Okay, okay. And the director of this episode, David Grossman, he's been around since season three. His first episode was Enemies. Back in season two, he directed a few classics: Living Conditions, Wild at Heart, Superstar.
Yeah.
And now in season five, Real Me and Out of My Mind, and this one. And this is it. Goodbye to David
Oh.
Grossman. Yeah,
Oh no. That sucks. Yeah, he's got a few classics in there. At
yeah,
least four of them, I'd
yeah,
say.
yeah. He's a little hit or miss, but he's
He
he's
did
got
Out of
some
My
great ones.
Mind with Kirshner. They're teaming back up here.
Yeah, yeah. Remember Living Conditions? We talked about how good the direction was because there's all those like real close up shots of the roommate being annoying and shit, and they
Of
use the
course.
use of Believe throughout that episode.
Yeah, it's share time.
Yeah,
And she puts on share.
that's
That was amazing.
right. All right, let's get into it, Logan. Scrote them notes.
All right, first note. Xander has a haircut. Did you
He
notice
does.
this?
I absolutely did. It's shorter.
Looks very cute, Xander. But all right. What was this guy's name? Mr. Lillian is what I wrote down. I don't know if that was right, but I thought that's what Buffy said.
Yeah, it's Professor Lillian, I guess.
Professor Lillian. She comes up. Was this the same guy from like that early episode with her and Tara?
It's not. This is Professor Lillian's only appearance, but I will say that the actor is later used as a pretty fucked up demon on Angel.
Wow, that's very
Yeah,
exciting.
got a lot of range, this guy.
We met Lauren's cousin or whatever, and I had the thought. I wondered if that was an actor we'd seen before.
No, sadly, no.
Okay,
What's his name? Landock?
Landok, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know you'd said like the guy from Helpless, the guy who played that demon in Hell. I know he's
Oh,
coming back,
we're gonna see him in season 6 of Buffy.
and I thought the actor for Landok was good. I was like, this very well could be somebody we knew beforehand, but I
It
guess not.
is not, but Professor Lillian, he'll be back on Angel.
All right, that's exciting. Probably I'll recognize him. I think. Well, if he's playing
You
somebody
won't.
different, I guess
You
not.
won't. It's like in like 3 years too. Like you won't.
Okay. All right. So, but she tells Mr. Professor Lillian that she's dropping the class. She's got too much going on. She's got to take care of Dawn and she's can't do school.
She's dropping all her classes.
Yeah, not just this one.
Dropping out of the semester. It's
That's right. But she'll be
yeah.
back next
I
semester.
sort of get it. Like she's got a lot going on right now.
Yeah. I've never had that much going on where my mom's dead and my sister's a key. Have you? I'd
No,
probably have to drop out too.
I dropped a couple classes because my girlfriend broke up with me once. I'm a pussy.
Did you drop Zucker's class?
No, I took that. I got an A. He was like, "Well, I
You
appreciated your girlfriend's pussy."
really? You stayed in the
Yeah.
class
Yeah.
after that? You had to like see that guy every day?
Well, yeah, I don't think they hooked up during. Well, they probably did. Now that I'm thinking about it, but that didn't happen until after I was out of his class already. Like I heard that was happening.
Damn. That's so
Yeah.
sad. But it's so funny at the same time.
I know you love that story.
Well, everybody else is asked to also. There's no way. All right, but she mentions a haiku. I thought that was pretty fun. She said it sounds
You-
like a sneeze.
yeah. One time when I was in high school, I wrote 100 haikus
For what purpose?
just for me.
All right. Wasn't even for like a love.
I think I showed it to a couple people, but no, like most of them were just I just like wanted to write 100 haikus. I was weird in high school.
Well, my first guess would be it was for school. You had to write 100 haikus. My second guess was it was for a girl, but then you just said it was for yourself.
Yeah, it was really for neither. I just had a document on my computer for years, 100 haikus.
Wow, that's a www.nerd.
Good
Um,
stuff.
but I was Haiku Fishback. That's pretty nerdy too. You remember that?
I do remember that. You were Haiku Fishback.
That was a pretty nerdy thing I did. But we go to the hospital, right?
Probably the
And
first time I ever heard of you.
well, that was my like instead of being Logan online, I had the name Haiku Fishback. I didn't know we were supposed to have like real names, be ourselves online. It was like
Yeah.
2015 or whatever.
It was
And
during Cambodia.
during Cambodia, I was Haiku Fishback.
Yeah.
Anyway, but so Ben hasn't been showing up to work in 2 weeks, and he got fired from the hospital.
And he didn't even realize it. So like Glory's taking more and more control of that fucker's life.
And it makes sense because we haven't really been seeing much of him either on the
It's
show.
true. They were even at a hospital, remember? And you were like, we thought we were gonna see Ben
The
in the
body,
body. Yeah.
exactly right. Yeah. So I thought a weird line here. I didn't really. I like some of the lines that they do about Ben and Glory, but this is so on the nose. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, your dog ate your homework. There's an evil woman living inside you doing your bidding every single day. What are you gonna say?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Come on, you fucking
It's a
serious?"
it's a little much. I do want to say that that doctor is an actor that's been in a ton of shit, and he's oddly uncredited in this episode of Buffy. And I'd love to know the story behind it. I remember him most fondly as Agent Scully's brother on the X Files.
All right, Scully's brother. That's pretty
That's
cool.
right.
Why? So he's been in a few episodes prior, but he's not credited here.
No, this is his only episode. Every doctor we've
Uh,
seen, we there is like a recurring doctor guy we've seen all season, but I think the last time we see him is the body, and now this guy's just in this one episode.
okay, all right. Scully's brother. That's pretty neat.
Yeah,
So Ben goes.
shout out to Bill Scully.
What's Scully's name?
Dana.
Dana Scully. Dana and Bill. That's pretty cool. We do that thing that you mentioned earlier, where Ben goes to his locker and he goes, "I'm Ben, I'm Ben, I'm Ben," and then
Yeah,
Ben turns into Glory, and she says, "I'm hungry."
yeah,
That's
yeah.
funny, I guess.
I
You ever do
like
that?
the.
Sorry.
What do you mean?
Like when you're a kid and you're like, "I'm thirsty," and then your dad's like, "I'm John," and you're like, "Bitch, I want something to drink."
No, I don't. My parents weren't as annoying as yours. I mean, my dad said annoying shit.
No, I
That's
didn't
not
mean
true.
that. Never happened to me. But did you never experience that where you say you're
I mean,
thirsty
maybe
and
I
then
don't
someone says,
really.
I'm
No,
Veronica.
I don't think my parents ever did that, but I'm pretty sure I had teachers that did.
Yeah, come on, it's not cool. I'll
Yeah,
never do that.
me neither.
I
Well,
hate
I'll
that
never have
joke.
kids either. Um, but
What if
wait,
you
where
do?
I
I feel like
never
that's
will.
gonna happen. There's gonna be an accident. You're gonna have a baby.
No, I will pay for the abortion.
It'll be illegal in a few years.
I could have an 11-year-old right now,
Oh
Logan.
my god, that's so
But
scary.
but
How
I
often do you
had
think about that?
I not often, but some
Yeah, probably
like
not.
when I'm watching a TV show and there's like an abortion, I think about that.
Did you do the math of like when that kid's birthday would have been? Do you ever think about that? Like when it comes around?
Actually, no, that's a really good point. And I don't even think I could because I don't remember like when it was. I feel like it was like September when I was like 26. I don't know.
All right, interesting. All right.
Yeah.
So you really don't think about it that much?
I really don't. It was like a quick decision. Like neither of us wanted a fucking kid. We got an abortion. That was it.
Yeah. All right.
Every time I watch a TV show and they're like fucking agonizing about it, going back and forth on the decision, I'm like, guys, just do it. You won't regret it.
Maybe they will. Some people want babies more than you do.
Yeah, but they could just have another one. The
Um,
timing has to be right. Like your body, your choice, man.
of course, but it's a difficult decision for some people. It was easy for you,
It was incredibly easy. It couldn't have been easier. And
but you can't
and
judge others just because it's not as easy for them. I feel like.
I kind of do a little bit. And also I just feel like if it ever happened to me again, it would be just as easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be easy for me too, especially right now. But I could see like if I'm like 29 or 30 or something, I could be a better
Yeah,
decision.
I remember at the time I was most worried that the girl I was with would regret it going forward, like at some point, but that never happened.
You don't know that. You don't talk to her. She could have thought
I,
about it last year. Like, man, I could have a 10-year-old.
I doubt it.
Yeah, you're probably right. You know her more than I do. So.
Yeah. All right. Where were you?
At the hospital, she said I'm hungry. Oh yeah,
How'd
and
we
then
get on abortion?
I don't know. We talked about I'm thirsty, and then I don't know how that happened.
How the
Uh,
fuck did that happen?
I don't. I really don't know.
Oh my god. All right,
Oh, I said,
let's.
oh, I said I'd never do that to a kid, and you said you never have kids, and
Oh,
then
that's
we went
right.
into that.
That's right. Okay.
So
Let's
with
keep going.
Glory is in a bubble bath. By the way,
Glory
I think we
is
got
in a
our
bubble bath.
I think we got our answer. We said like, are they monks? But they're not monks. She called them minions.
Well,
I
that's
think
not
that's
a
what we're supposed to call them.
yeah, I guess that's what we're supposed to call them, but that's not like a thing.
No, but I think that's just what we'll call them because they're not monks. It's just the word I'll use though because it's
Yeah,
for the
well, you
most.
shouldn't use that word because there are monks in this season of Buffy.
I know, but that's why I'm saying I won't use that because that's what I was using as a
All right, we
placeholder.
can call them minions from now on.
She says you guys need to rack your little minion brains and figure out who the key is or something like that.
Yeah,
And so I like this little they have to wear blindfolds because she's in the bathtub. I think
yeah,
that's pretty funny.
I like it
And
too.
so yeah, that's pretty good. Anything else from that scene?
No, I thought about the actress a lot in that scene, like Claire Kramer, how she got this gig, where she is now. But I think she's good. I like I like Glory.
What do you mean you thought about it? Like you
I don't know.
what
I was like, I never see her in anything anymore. And then
I love Glory.
I was thinking about how the only thing I'd seen her in before Buffy was Bring It On, and how Eliza Dushku was in that movie. And I wonder if Joss Whedon saw it just because of Eliza Dushku, and then like Claire.
I think it's
That was
very
going through
possible.
my mind. Yeah,
I think that could very well be how it happened. But
yeah.
I like Glory a lot. I don't I've never I mean I've seen Bring It On when I was like 14 years old, but don't remember her.
No,
So
I agree. I think Glory's up there with the better big bads of the show, with like the mayor
oh
and
yeah, better than
Bugs.
Freaking Adam for
Way
sure.
better than Adam. Yeah,
What was his actor again?
George Hertzberg.
Yeah, totally. So then we go to we're like at the Principal Stevens, because
Oh yeah,
Dawn hasn't been going to school,
yeah. She's been cutting, I guess.
cut in class, and so the principal tells Dawn to wait outside, and then later on we learned that I actually thought this was good because Buffy's been so worried about Dawn being taken by Glory. She hasn't thought about that she could be taken like by the authorities because Buffy's not being like a good guardian. I actually thought that was a good reveal later on. How
Yeah,
she
that's a
says that.
good point, man. They could get CPS in there.
Yeah, she's having to like evade Glory trying to take Dawn, but also, yeah, Child Protective Services are trying to take her. Scary stuff. I didn't really think about that, but yeah, Buffy's not really fit to take care of Dawn. So who knows?
Child Protective Services are scary, man. Like that, they want to take your kid away from you. Like I had a lot of when I was in rehab, like going through like alcohol rehab. I knew a lot of people that were dealing with Child Protective Services at that time because they'd had like DUIs or something. One of them maybe like with the kid in the car or something,
Wow.
and like they're trying to get sober, but like they've got like Child Protective Services breathing down their neck, and it's making them want to drink again. Like it's I mean, I'm not saying what Child Protective Services does is bad. It's probably good overall, but it's a scary thing to have to deal with on any level.
Yeah, I had to deal with it a few times when I was a little kid.
Is that true? They
Yeah.
came to your parents?
Well, we contacted them a few times because my
Really?
there were times where my mom had more custody than my dad. There were times where my dad had more custody than my mom, and my dad is a way better guardian than my mom is. My mom at one time had like she I think I probably told this. She beat herself up once, and she blamed my dad. She was like, "Your
What?
dad beat me up."
Oh my god! She like Jim Carrey in the bathroom in Liar Liar.
I wasn't there. I don't know exactly what happened, but I put two and two together. I was like a little kid, and I was like, "That's bullshit," because my dad is right-handed, and you beat up on the right side of your face. So if he tried to hit you, it would have been on the other side. But and you're
Wow!
right-handed, so you did that to yourself. And
Look at Matlock over here figuring shit
yeah, it
out.
was crazy. I was like a little kid, like it was fucking stupid. But
That
yeah,
is wild. That's a
yeah.
crazy story. You've told me stuff about your parents having problems, but I don't. You figuring out that he couldn't have hit her because he's right at like that's wild.
Yeah, and he was also like in his car. I was like, he was like in his car when she went outside to like confront him about something. That did not happen. Whatever you're saying did not happen. But yeah,
That's
it was
so
crazy.
fucked. That's like a horrible thing your mom did.
Yeah, it's terrible. Uh, but then so that's the print. That's Principal Stevens. We ever see her again?
I don't remember.
Probably not. But we go to the magic box. Anya is gonna embrace her patriotism.
Right, because she loves capitalism now, and she sees that as a strong tenet of the United States of America.
She's not wrong. And so yeah, she's gonna start embracing that. And she hates French people. I don't know what that was about.
There were
Starts talking
shots
shit.
at French people on both shows this week.
Yeah, why do we hate the French so much?
I'm not really sure because, like, I remember America decided we hated the French after 9/11, and we started calling French fries freedom fries and French toast freedom
Oh,
toast.
that was so weird.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I was not really in the moment, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but I guess just around this time, the perception of French people, like the stereotype, was like they're pretentious and they smell bad and they love mimes and interesting films that are dumb, and they eat gross stuff like snails, which
What a
are
weird reason to
actually
hate people,
delicious.
though.
Yeah, there was sort of a weird thing, but I feel like that's all like we were doing in the late 90s and early 2000s was just shitting on other cultures.
Yeah, you're right. That's we love to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So Buffy comes in with Dawn. She says how she's gonna go back next semester. I don't know. I like Xander here. He's like, I want to tell you how much I'm gonna support you, but I can only think about bras. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. He was trying to come up with a support metaphor, but he could only come. And you know what's funny is I didn't remember that line. And when he was trying to come up with something, I kept thinking bras.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's really funny.
that really is the only thing that's supportive.
No, I'm trying to think of
I
other
mean,
things.
other than people.
There are like construction words you could probably come up with
Oh, like a girder.
exactly like
See,
that.
he should have come up with that because
He is
he's
a
a
construction. You're
construction
right. He
worker.
should have known that actually. It's a great call. If anyone would know, he would know.
Yeah.
Yeah, big mess up there. But so Buffy and Giles, I don't know, they go talk in their training room. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, they have a little tete-a-tete.
Yeah, go in there and we leave Dawn and to do with her homework, but that doesn't really happen. They like play games, but it's
They
geometry
do their
games.
yeah, it's helping with her homework. And also both of the math puns were hilarious.
Well, you'll have to remind me. Oh
Um
yeah, she tells Xander he's being obtuse and he says they're acute or something
no,
like that.
yeah, yeah, Don says they're an acute triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very yeah, good joke.
I thought both of them were delightful. So Buffy's being a real fucking downer here.
Yeah, she can Sokotoa her ass out the door.
Good job, man.
I kind of think we're laying down a little foundation here, though, where Buffy, I feel like she's trying to tell Giles, like, maybe you need to watch Dawn.
I think she's asking for a little bit of help, and he's like, we're all helping you the best we can, but it's really kind of up to you to step up at this particular moment.
That might be where we're going, is that Buffy's not fit to take care of Dawn, but Giles is. So
That's what he
Giles
thinks.
becomes like,
Giles is gonna be Don's daddy.
but then like at a certain point, Buffy is like 21 years old or something. Like she's not like 17.
I know, but she is only like 20 at this point. Like a 20-year-old raising like a 15-year-old or whatever it is. That's like tough.
Of course, yeah. Yeah, you're right. But it's not like you're not like a child taking care of a child. I don't know. But and I don't know what's going on there. But so we do the acute jokes. Funny. And
Yeah.
Willow weird moment here. I thought it was funny though. She says, "Go school. It's your birthday."
I knew you'd like that.
Yeah.
It was such an odd, like cute thing, like almost like Buffy singing Macho Man or something that I thought you'd appreciate it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It wasn't like one of my favorite things, but I definitely enjoyed it. Willow committed to it.
Yeah.
Um,
I was thinking a lot about how Willow has such a big episode this week, and like she's so powerful now and stuff. Like she's the first person to ever hurt Glory. That like I was thinking about how early on you were like, I don't really get Willow.
yeah. You're right. It took me like
Yeah.
a whole season to get on board.
Yeah, I know. And I was like, stick around. Like she's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You think I like it more going back? I feel like you kind of felt the same way though. You were like, yeah, it's not like it wasn't working totally for you.
Well, I feel like they hadn't quite found her yet, but
Yeah.
when you go back and watch it, you kind of don't notice it unless you're really thinking about it.
Yeah. I don't think I was totally wrong though. I think Cordelia works better season one and Xander. I think that they both work better than
Yeah, they
Willow
they found those characters quicker for sure.
and
I
Giles.
mean, Willow is always a little bit tough for them to get. She's the only character that was played by a different actor in the original pilot presentation, and they like
Oh wow.
recast her for the pilot. So like, yeah, I feel like they did have a hard time grasping that character.
And if they never got her, they never would have got Seth Green, probably, right? So it would have been way different.
I don't know that she got him that role.
Weren't they friends though? Wasn't that the thing?
Yeah, they knew each other, but like, yeah, I don't know. I wonder. I mean, Joss Whedon was like pals with Allison Hannigan. I know that she suggested Nerf Herder to be the band that does the theme song.
Wow,
So
what a game changer Willow was.
I know, I
Alison
know.
Hannigan.
Allison Hannigan, huge news.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I so it's possible she had a hand in Seth Green coming on. I never really thought about it.
Yeah, who knows, I guess. We set Willow and Tara talk about the World Culture Fair, which we'll get to a little later on.
Yeah, it's got a Japanese dragon. That's a culture.
Yes. I thought that all that
Chinese.
was
It's Chinese. That's so I fucked that up. Chinese dragon.
Japan has they have dragons too, probably.
Do they? But I feel like the Chinese,
Yeah.
they more do that thing where you're all under a dragon and you like make a little snake.
I think that you're right about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Uh Glory time.
Yeah.
So the minions basically like told her like what they saw from the last episode, and Glory says, "So it's her under our noses this whole time." And like the cut previously to this was like Dawn, I think. So it's making you think, oh, they know it's Dawn, but she thinks
Yeah.
it's Tara.
That's
Actually,
right. That's right. And which makes sense. I actually think this is good writing where it's like the all we know about Tara is she showed up last year. You
right?
know, like so Glory's not really thinking about all the things where like the monks would have to add memories and add a whole lifetime to them. So she's just figuring like the one who's most the outsider. That has
Yeah,
to be the key.
I thought, yeah, it all made total sense to me. That well done, well plotted. So,
Yeah.
all right, I have a question here. Did Willow and Tara just get done doing it? Is that what happened here?
What? No, I why do you say that?
I felt like they were like putting clothes back on.
Well, I felt like they were getting dressed to go to the World Culture Fair.
Oh, that's all
I,
that was happening here.
I don't know.
Well, Willow was like sitting on the bed, like putting her shoes back on. I don't know. Maybe
you
they
know,
were just like putting on, getting
I
ready.
don't. I didn't think about it.
All right, it was just cut to them on the
Fucking
bed, putting.
pervert.
All right, maybe, but it was just them like in their room on the bed putting on clothes. That's what I thought.
They're
So,
just in a lovely relationship and they
which
enjoy
is
each
why they
other's
were having
company.
sex. They were
Okay.
such a great relationship. I don't know. Uh,
Willow still had pussy on her breath during this fight.
you said that. I didn't
You
say
you
that.
thought it.
No, I didn't. I did not think that at all. All right. And so Tara says she says something like she really upsets Willow here. She says, you can't really know what it's like. And Willow's like, oh, just because I haven't lost my mom, I don't know what it's like, but you do because you lost your mom, so you connect to Buffy more than me.
Willow hates her mom. I feel like she wouldn't even care that much if she died.
Yeah, I remember we only saw her in one episode. I thought about it actually. I was like,
Do you
didn't
remember
Xander
which
say?
episode?
Absolutely not.
Gingerbread.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, because she's part of Moo,
So
Mothers
Buffy's
Supposed to Be a
mom
Cult.
talks to her mom.
Yeah, yeah,
Isn't there a
Sheila.
scene where they're in a restaurant?
No, you might be thinking of the scene where they're like in the living room at Willow's house, and Willow is like telling her about Oz and shit.
No, I thought they were at a restaurant at some point.
I don't recall a restaurant.
Yeah, all right. So, but yeah, Willow gets upset, but Tara's like, "Do you think that I'm big knowledge woman?" And Willow says, "SORT of." Whoa, you know what that means? That means sort of.
Well, it's Tara had spelled something.
Oh yeah, she
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 was
said like
responding
does
to
yes
it.
mean NO or something like that,
Right, right. And
or
she
does
says
no mean yes?
SORT of.
Yeah, pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
And then Tara says a word here that really sticks with Willow. She says that you've been getting so powerful that it frightens me. I'm frightened of how powerful you are.
I
And
sort of get
Willow,
why this unnerves Willow.
Of course, yeah, that's a scary word to hear, right?
Yeah, you don't want to hear that your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever is at all frightened of you. Like
Especially when
that's
you're a
something.
witch with actual powers.
Yeah, that's some like, but like even like a dude who has like power in a relationship just because we're like bigger and stronger or whatever. Like if I ever heard like my girlfriend say she was frightened of me, that's something I'd want to rectify immediately.
Somebody, a girl in middle school, I'm not kidding. She called me a jerk. Okay. And I really prided myself on not being a jerk. All right. And she called me that. And I was like, whoa, that's the first time that ever happened. Somebody called me a freaking jerk. And I really like changed, I feel like, from that point forward. I was like, I'm never gonna be a jerk to anyone ever again. I hated that because like I felt like everyone else was like, that person's such a jerk. And when I was called that, it like shook me. I was like, whoa, I don't like that. So
Do you remember that
maybe
girl's name?
um
I want
yes.
it. I want you to have your own Katie Forte. What's her name?
Her name was Whitney.
Whitney. Okay.
Yeah. I won't say her last name.
Logan, that is so cute. You're such a sensitive boy.
I know. I really
Yeah.
am. Well, it's because of my sad life I had. I was like, I don't want to laugh. Like, I don't want to go through all that shit. It's so
Yeah,
sad.
you've
I
been
want to live a
bullied
normal
enough. You
life.
don't want to be a fucking bully.
Of course. And so Willow, she's not feeling very multicultural anymore, she says. I don't
Yeah.
know what that was
I'm
about.
like, sounds like everybody in 2001.
Yeah, none of us were. And Willow says that Tara's the only woman she's ever fallen in love with.
Well, I mean, it's true.
Fallen in love with? I thought that was huge.
Oh, had we not said love you before between these
Maybe
two?
we had, but I thought that seemed like a big line. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a lot of that this episode. Like later on, like she says to Tara, "You're my always," and I was like, "Wow,
Yeah, I
yeah,
didn't know this was such a big thing. I guess it was. I guess they
yeah,
really hammer it home because it's so sad what happens. But
yeah."
so we see those minion characters. They're spying on Buffy and Dawn at home. Buffy's like fold laundry or whatever, and she tells Dawn that your principal told me that like you're gonna get taken away if you don't start acting like a normal person.
And this sinks in with Dawn for the first time, finally.
Because Dawn says she might go to either foster care or live with dad.
Yeah, both of which are horrible options. They don't even know where Dad is right now.
Yeah. But we're mentioned. This is like the second time in like 3 episodes we've mentioned dad though. Remember that one right after Joyce died where
Yeah,
Giles answered that
it,
phone.
it was forever. Yeah, that episode. But yeah, it's. I mean, once Mom dies, like that's their only living parent. Like we have to acknowledge why he isn't around.
Yeah. So I feel like we're gonna get him soon, right? I guess you
I
don't
don't
have to
want to
say.
say. Yeah,
Yeah, but I mean we have to. I feel like, or else I'll have questions. I'll start to. But I feel like that's why we're setting up Giles to be daddy.
Daddy.
Daddy Giles. Yeah, so that's the scene. Whatever. I don't know. But we're all sad. It's like Tara, she's like at the fair on a bench, and Willow's at the magic box, like in the back, in the like the break room. I don't know where she is. But Glory shows up. She takes Tara. I guess she knows Tara's gay. I don't know what that was about. So she grabs Tara's hand and she's like, "Is this seat
Well,
taken?"
yeah. I think she knows that Willow is with her. So like she goes in like Tara's kind of in her own world and she kind of steps in under the guise of Willow.
Yeah, Tara thinks for a second it's Willow,
Right.
but it's not. And so we go back to the magic box, and I like this part where Willow's really sad. She's like, me and Tara were got in an argument," and Giles is like, "Well, it's over now, so you can't really do anything about it." And Willow's like, "It's over now." I like Giles nonchalantly. He's like, "Well, it's what happens. You get in an argument and then it ends." But she's like, it's like the first time that it ever really happened, like
I
that big
feel
of
like
an argument.
Giles is not giving good advice this week. He's like, Buffy, you gotta just step up. I'm not gonna be your fucking kid's dad.
Yeah,
And and then to Willow, he's just like, well, it's done.
it seemed like he had a
Apologize
lot going
later.
on, but I don't really know what. But it seemed like he had
Just
other things on his mind.
just magic box shit, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think he seemed busy with the shop. I don't
Yeah.
know.
He was dusting during that scene with Willow.
Was he? I feel like he was doing like an
Yeah,
inventory or something like that.
maybe.
I don't know. There's like the minion shows up, and the minion won't tell on Glorificus, right? And then, but remember this part from Giles where Giles is like, "All right,
This was
girls."
awesome. This was
Yeah, this is
awesome.
pretty badass. He's like,
Yeah.
"All right, girls, get something off the counter there," and they turn around, and then you hear like crack. And then he's like, all right, I'll tell you where Glory is. And they're like,
Yeah.
what just happened? And Giles is like, oh, nothing happened. Nothing happened
He
here.
knows the minion is outside the door, and so he just nonchalantly, like while he's talking to the girls, like so like the minion doesn't hear him coming or anything, he just opens the door and closes it right on the dude's head. Like it's awesome.
And they're like, what just happened? He's like, well, he changed his mind. Now he's gonna tell us. But
Yeah.
pretty funny
Hey,
stuff.
can I go back to a note from earlier in the episode?
Yeah, of course.
This is not maybe not interesting to anybody, but when we first see Xander, he's reading a comic book.
Okay.
Okay, and I recognized the comic book.
All right.
All right, it is X-Men number 109, which was a Christmas issue, by the way. But what's notable about it is Colossus dies in the very next issue, and he's not brought back to life until Joss Whedon brings him back to life when he was writing
Wow.
the X-Men. Yeah.
That's cool.
I thought that was a slightly fun fact.
I think that is, yeah. And I don't
Okay.
care about comics, so if I think that's cool, I'm sure others do too.
Okay.
So we go back to the fair, and Glory is she like grabs Tara's hand and starts fucking squeezing it until it's all bloody.
It's fucked up. And you like hear the bones breaking in her hand.
Yeah, it's really graphic stuff. And then Glory licks Tara's hand and realizes that she's a human, I guess. Why didn't the blood give it away? Does the key
I think
bleed?
that's what it was. She was licking the blood on her hand.
Oh, oh. But
Oh,
wouldn't what?
why does the blood give it away?
No. Why wouldn't just looking at the blood give it? Why'd she have to lick it? I'm saying, couldn't you just look and be like, "Why are you bleeding? You're not the
No,
key."
no, no, no. The key is in human form. Like Dawn is capable of bleeding. Remember, she cuts herself at one point.
Yeah.
So like the key can bleed, but she needs to taste it to see whether it's like the energy of the key or just human blood.
Mm. Okay, so you got to taste it. I was about to start rapping. Stan, you know that part in Stan where he's like, sometimes I even cut myself to see how much it bleeds.
Like
It's like
yeah.
adrenaline. The pain is
Oh
such rush
yeah.
for me. You know that
Very
part?
good. Yes, now I do.
Yeah, a great song. Uh, so
And we
then
should
what?
be together too.
Yeah,
All right.
that's weird part of that song where he's like,
Yeah,
once
I
he's like
love that.
gay, and then Eminem's like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, I'm not gay." That's funny.
Little gay panic part of Stan.
Yeah, I love that part. So yeah, so that's what happens here. And then Glory, I like this part where she says, "Fine, let's get crazy." That was really funny.
Mm.
I don't know.
And then
So
she makes her crazy.
she does. Yeah, she tells the thing like, "I'll put my fingers in your brain and tickle your brain or whatever." And then
And she like
Willow,
describes what it's like to have that done to you, like what the all these crazy people we keep seeing all season are going through. And it's like fucked up.
it is fucked up. Yeah, and Willow shows up right in time to see Tara get turned into big dum dum. I don't know what they're turned into. What do they turn into?
Just like a mental patient,
Yeah,
basically.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, it's very sad, and so Willow sits on the bench with her. I don't know, and but we take her to the hospital. It's very cool. We gotta like leave her there overnight.
Yeah, there's some hand x-rays.
Hand X-rays, and I like Anya here. She's like, "Wow, this is just like communism." I don't know what that was about.
They should have taken her to Lindsay's guy.
Who's Lindsay's guy?
You know, he got a new hand just last week.
Oh, the hand guy. They don't know about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe if Buffy like if she's
Yeah,
like,
Buffy's got to compare notes with Angel on
yeah,
hand
if Angel's like,
injuries.
so what'd you do this week? And it's like, well, Tara broke her hand. He's like, are you serious? I got a hand guy.
Have I got the guy for you, Buffy?
That would be so funny. All right, so that's at the hospital, and then we learn that Dawn is staying with Spike. Buffy says like, I left Dawn with
That
Spike.
is wild. That I feel like that's a really significant line where like they're in the hospital and someone asks like where Dawn is, and Buffy just nonchalantly says she's safe. She's with Spike. Like this is the first time we've ever heard Buffy refer to Spike as being like a safety haven for someone
Right.
she cares about. Like that is, I mean, a huge deal, I think, and it's a direct result of what he put himself through last week.
Yes, it was new, but it didn't seem sudden or anything because that whole last episode where he sort of proved
Right.
himself, I
No,
thought.
no, no. They definitely earned that, but it's definitely a big deal.
But yeah, but you're right because last time Buffy or last time Dawn and Spike were together, it was the one where he was like taking her behind Buffy's back, like she didn't know about it.
That's right. Yeah, and Buffy was super pissed off about it.
Right, and now she trusts him.
Hmm.
Pretty good. We don't really touch on the fact that they kissed each other in the last. Like she let Spike kiss. That's not really a thing, but they
Although
do.
there is that moment where Spike, um, he sort of knows that Willow would go try like to fight Glory, even though Buffy told her not to. And he says, like, I would do it for someone, the right person, someone you
Yeah,
love. And
that was
like
amazing.
there's like sort of a connection between them in that moment where Buffy knows he's talking about her or thinking about her.
I like this though, where I think Spike's trying to like make Don feel better. He's like, "Well, who knows? Maybe they're not trying to kill you or something like that." And Don's like, "Yeah, maybe it's something worse." Like she's such a I kind of like how pessimistic she is always. But
Well,
just
you kind of, I mean, you're Don's going through some severe circumstances, but I feel like you're that way anyway when you're 15.
yeah, yeah. I think they do a really good job with her character.
Yeah.
Always, she's pretty consistent. And but I like how sweet Spike is to her. Um,
He's very sweet. He's become such a little sweetheart.
yeah. I want to bring something up.
Except for that time last week that he created a sex robot out of somebody.
Yeah, let's forget about that. We don't have time. Um, this is if you ever go back and watch this episode at 33:35, the cameraman has a seizure. Okay, we're
What?
we're on a shot of Dawn. It's like it's when Spike is like he's like, you're not evil, and Dawn says, maybe I'm not evil, but I don't think I can be good. Okay, and when she delivers that line, the like where we go out of focus, the camera starts like bouncing up and down, left to right. I'm serious. Go back and
How did
watch
I not
this.
notice this?
I don't know, but I mean, it's not like as crazy as I'm saying it, but the camera, it's like we're out of focus and we're like bouncing up and down. It's really weird.
Huh.
It's like earthquake is like right off like 20 feet away, bouncing up and down. It's like what's happening.
Well, it's like later in the episode when they're like in the dorm room or whatever, and it starts shaking, and Glory like rips the wall off, but like nothing's actually happening.
Yeah, they're just talking and the ground is shaking. It looks like
It's
it was very
weird.
weird. I don't know.
Maybe there was an earthquake. There are a lot of earthquakes in California, aren't there?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe an earthquake happened.
Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah, I don't know. But Spike says, I'm not good, but I'm okay. Yeah, good stuff. So we go back to the hospital, right? And so we have to leave. Willow, she's sad because she has to sleep without Tara. I like Anya says, "You can sleep with me." That
Right.
sounded a lot more lesbian than it sounded in my head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Good
good
stuff.
stuff.
And
Anya's very funny in this episode. I think her monologue about patriotism at the beginning is very good. She has a few really good lines.
yeah,
She's not a big part of the episode, but she's well deployed.
I think like she's one of the more efficient characters that there is. I think she everything she does, I always like basically.
I agree.
Remember like that
I
one
think she's
episode where she's
probably
like,
the
"Oh,
funniest character. What?
yeah, I agree with that." That one where she was like, she only had like one line in that episode where she was like, "What? I want to watch TV." Whenever they had to go like with the Dawn.
Oh yeah, I've never related to a character more in my life.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Hmm.
good. Great part here where Willow is like going to go fight Glory. Buffy says, "Even I'm no match for her," and then Willow says, "Well, maybe I am." And it's like,
Listen
oh,
to
I guess
that.
I never thought about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe you're right. So yeah, pretty cool. Then we go back to the magic box. Willow runs up to the top little inventory place and starts like going through the books. She finds one that says darkest magic.
I thought that was a little silly.
What was so
That
silly
the
about it?
book was called Darkest Magic.
No, I like it. I liked it. It was pretty
All
cool.
right.
And I like the magic with a K. That's like dark old
Right, right.
times.
That's
That's
how you
cool.
know it's serious.
Yeah, I love that. And so the Glory, she's hanging out with her minions, right? And then everything starts to shake, and Willow comes floating in with black eyes. It's crazy, and she like starts fighting Glory. But then we cut to Buffy, right?
If one of the minions ever gets like killed, they should say filet minion.
Oh, I like that.
Is that good? I just
Yeah,
came up with that.
yeah. If they don't do that, I'll be disappointed.
All
That'll be upsetting. But this is
right,
where
wait.
it is. Buffy, she tells uh she's like, Willow, she didn't go for like Glory. That'd be crazy. I told her that it'd be like suicide. And then Spike says, I'd do it for the right person. I'd do it.
Mm,
Damn. Or he says, I'd do it. Right person I loved. I'd do it.
yeah.
Damn. So then Willow, she fucking like oh, I like this. There's a bag and Glory's like, what is that? A bag of tricks? And Willow's like, no, a bag of knives. And like the knives start going at
Yeah.
Glory. That was so
Yeah.
funny. I guess it's supposed to be
That
scary, but I laughed. Oh,
it looked cool. It looked cooler in 2001. I'll say that.
yeah. And Willow, she tries summoning a snake, but it's like a little tiny snake, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah, it like comes out of the floor.
Yeah, that was so lame, especially because like Glory had a giant snake that she made one
Yeah,
time.
not as good. You're not as good as snake stuff.
No.
She's out of practice. She's been with Tara lately.
All right. uh, I didn't like this either. Willow spits on Glory. What
Oh,
was
wow.
that?
Listen, she's furious.
Spit right on her face. It was
Good.
disgusting. I don't know. Oh, but by the way, I want
One
to bring
time a
some.
guy on the Rangers got suspended for 2 games for spitting in somebody's face.
It's really gross. Don't do
It
that.
is. It is. He
Don't do that.
apologized.
Good. Like on Twitter.
No, no, like immediately after the game, he said like I apologized to the guy like later in the game, and he said no problem. Like
Really?
yeah,
Well,
shit gets heated in hockey.
yeah, but what do you do if you get spit on? That's like the ultimate.
I know it's fucked
That
up.
that is fucked up.
You're never expecting it either. Like you never expect to get spat upon, but when you do, it's not a good feeling.
You just spit back, like immediately try to spit back.
I think you're so shocked, like because a guy who spits on you has to build up the saliva. Like I can't just spit at a moment's notice.
No, no, I guess not. You'd have to
Yeah,
like drink some bunch of Gatorade and then spit on him.
yeah.
I want to bring something up though that we learned like I think last week. Glory says, "You know what they used to do to wishes, or not wishes,
Witches.
witches? Crucify them." And as we learned from, didn't Anya teach us that only the fake witches got crucified because the real witches got out?
Yeah, but it was a cool line anyway.
I didn't think so, especially last week. That's not even true.
All right.
I don't know. But then so Buffy shows up, and I thought Buffy had a crazy move here where she kicked the couch and the couch like shot across the room.
I know, man. It's like a whole fucking sectional couch. Like Buffy is strong.
That
Have
was
you ever
yeah,
tried to move
biggest
one of
move she's
those
ever
fucking
done.
things?
Yeah, it wasn't like a, there's like an L
Yeah,
couch,
yeah.
but it wasn't even like that. This was like a J or like a U. This was like a
Yeah.
fucking giant fucking couch, and
And
she
then
kicks
to
it.
show how that Glory is equally strong, Glory grabs that couch, just like tosses it right out of the way.
Yeah, these are powerful people.
These bitches are strong.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's funny. So we go to Stevenson Hall. I feel like we've heard about Stevenson Hall before, haven't we?
Yeah, I think that's where Willow and Buffy lived.
Okay. Oh yeah, Stevenson Hall. So, but where are we? We're like, I don't think we're
I
in
was
anybody's.
trying to figure that out myself. It might have been Tara's dorm room. Like we've never really seen Tara's dorm room.
Huh. Yeah. Because I thought it. I really didn't know where we were, but we everybody has a sandwich. Did you get
It
their
looked
orders
more.
still?
I think it was the set of Xander's basement, and they redressed it for
Oh,
this scene. That's my prediction.
and we like only shot like one quarter of it
Yeah,
too.
yeah, exactly.
Interesting. That's a good call. I like that. Even if
Thank
that's
you.
not canon, that's gonna be our canon. Did you get their orders? Their sandwich orders?
Yeah, I thought it was a little bit homophobic that Don just assumed Tara would want tuna.
all these vagina jokes in this episode. So just keep on going.
What were the other one? Oh, Buffy was
Willow.
grossed out by peanut butter in this scene, which I appreciated.
Well, it was salami and peanut butter. That was Dawn's order.
Yeah,
Salami with peanut butter. That sounds disgusting. And
salami with
Buffy,
anything is good though.
really?
I love salami.
Salami will make anything good?
Not I mean peanut butter is gross, but if you like both salami and peanut butter, I bet they'd be all right together.
I would probably like both of those things, and I don't think that as you know, you don't like peanut butter, but I do, and I would not like that. That sounds
Can you try
terrible.
that this week?
No,
Go to a deli, order a salami sandwich, and then when you get home, pop some peanut butter on that bad boy.
that's just a waste.
Maybe just for a bite. Maybe just for a bite. Pop
Maybe
it
that's
just enough
possible.
for a bite.
Would it be a waste of however much money you spend on that sandwich to ruin the whole thing with
Well, you
peanut
could
butter?
get like a hero sandwich and then just one bite. Then you get the rest of the sandwich to delight in the delicious salami.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see about that. I don't know.
All
But
right.
Willow got chicken salad, and Buffy got eggplant. I don't know what that is. That just eggplant on a sandwich?
Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of times they'll pop some eggplant on a sandwich as like a meat substitute instead of like a chicken sandwich.
I don't know. I never had eggplant. I don't think. But
Eggplant's good.
all right. And so we're taking care of Tara, and she's not really doing too well. Willow says she has to restrain her at night.
Yeah,
Crazy.
I know. Well, I
Um,
mean, we saw those crazy dudes in the hospital at one point. Remember, like they went into like the psych ward, and we saw like a bunch of dudes like tied to beds.
mm,
I think that
yeah,
might have been that episode, Listening to Fear.
you might be right. I don't really remember. And so the wall comes crashing down, and it's Glory and Tara. So Tara basically brings attention to Dawn being the key. Is that what happened here?
Yeah, Tara gives it away.
Yeah, she says like, "I see the green light."
Well, we've seen these crazy people react to Dawn that way before, even going back to Real Me, like the first full appearance of Dawn, where that crazy guy outside the magic box is going like curds and way. We've seen when she's around people that Glory has affected, they can see through it. And so it might be helpful to Glory too that she's like making all these people crazy because then they become like key detectors.
Yeah,
uh, but yeah, so Tara in this moment just sort of acknowledges Dawn as the key, and I love the look on Glory's face, like holy shit, awesome.
yeah, yeah. It was a pretty cool moment.
Yeah,
But crazy though. Like we have three more. This felt very much like penultimate episode, right?
yeah, it does, but a lot more to go this season.
Yeah, very interested to find out what. But
Mm-hmm.
what do we go? Three or four? I don't know.
I'm at a 3.
Yeah, I think so. I think we end. I think I end, like at the end of a lot of episodes. I'm like, well, it was a three, and then we talk about it, and I'm like, all right, was that a four? But it's probably a three.
Yeah, I mean, this is just one of those episodes that serves the overall arc without really having an identity of its own.
Yes, I agree. Yeah, I won't really. I guess I remember it as Tara gets turned
Yeah,
into.
yeah, that's what I think of. Like when I hear the name Tough Love, I'm like, oh, Tara goes crazy. Willow's a really bad witch, and like
I
that's
won't
all I
know that from the
remember.
name though, because tough love isn't that having to do with Dawn?
No, but I guess, but I just remember it that way. It's like fourth to last episode of the season, right? That's the one where Willow attacks Glory.
I don't think I'll ever be able to make that jump, but good for you.
Well, I've
Maybe,
watched these like 20 fucking times, dude.
of course, yeah, but
Yeah,
there are like 7 or 8 episodes where I see the title and I can't fully place it. That this might be number 9 on that list.
that's fair. I feel like the earlier Buffy version of this is season 3, episode 9. I think it's also episode 19, Choices.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you
Like,
what that
what's
is.
that? And when I tell you it's the Bridge of Spies episode, you know what I'm talking about,
Of
but you don't
course,
really know it just from the name.
the knife. The
Yeah, yes, exactly.
Buffy keeps the knife at the end, right?
Yeah, the spiders. She
Yes,
kills a spider with it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Willow was the bridge. Willow was like the trade,
Yeah,
right?
she's the hostage.
Yeah, pretty cool. Somebody finds her in the Faith finds her like in the closet,
Yeah,
digging through
going
the
through
mayor's closet.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I really only remember like the last 10 minutes of that episode though.
Yep.
All right, so the MVP. I'm gonna go with Willow for this episode.
Me as well.
Love it, love it. Runner up, probably Buffy or Glory. I don't know. LVP. I might go Ben. Kind of didn't love the actor Ben, where he's like, "I'm Ben, I'm Ben, I'm Ben."
Yeah, not a great showing for Ben. I'll give you that one. And I liked some of the ephemeral characters, like Bill Scully and the nice teacher.
Yeah.
So like I don't really know where else to go. The principal was fine. I'm with you. I'm gonna go Ben on this one.
Sorry, Ben. I wish I liked Ben more. They realized like Glory's the star, and also Glory's like the evil character. Ben's just like I don't know.
Yeah,
But all right, so
he's
oh,
just
we got to
Mr.
rank
Hyde.
them. I didn't
Or
rank
no,
them.
Dr. Jekyll, right?
Yeah, right. It is. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
All right,
So
where are you gonna put tough love?
oh, it's so tough because I don't know.
Where do I have I was made to love you from earlier this season?
Number 78 out of 96.
Wow,
Remember,
that's low. I
Nightmares is
like this
under
more
it.
than that.
Oh, so ahead of that,
Yeah.
Gingerbread,
Yeah, keep going.
Real Me, Blood Ties, Pangs, Listening to Fear, the one we talked about earlier.
Yeah, keep
Goodbye,
going.
Iowa, Big Riley up.
Yep.
Crush. Is that the one where he's going to church at the end?
I like that. Put it between Crush and Goodbye Iowa.
Okay.
No, he's going to church in that one This Year's Girl, which is the Faith episode.
And
Because remember, he
he
runs
like
into
beats
Faith
up
at the
somebody.
church.
Oh, is that Faith? He like he like runs into somebody bad there.
Well, Faith is like working with vampires or something, I think.
I don't know where to put this. I will put it
So wait, what
between
number is that for me?
for you. It is 72 out of 96.
That feels okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it between Into the Woods and Blood Ties number 67. So I have a
Okay.
67. You have it 72.
All right, that works.
Pretty good. Yeah, that seems about right. It's
All
getting
right.
really hard ranking these though.
Well, and it's so much harder when the episodes aren't are just part of an arc, you know?
Right. Exactly. Absolutely.
Like
But it's also
I don't know that I could go back and rank like Breaking Bad episodes. It's so serialized.
right. Well, it's tough because like some of like I just like where we are in the show a lot more than we were in season one. Like it's the actors are a lot better and it's like better made. It's just a better product.
Yeah,
But then you're like really juggling. I don't know. There's a lot of different factors going into it. We're
agreed.
almost at 100. That's exciting.
Yeah, well, the season finale of season 5 is episode 100.
Right. And then it's 124 season 6
Huh?
at 24 anyway.
Oh, 22.
Oh, 22 next season.
Yeah,
Okay,
there's
sorry.
always 22.
Why did okay, I'm thinking about 24, I guess. That has 24.
That does have 24.